Okay, so get this. Today we're diving into Fort Knox.
Fort Knox.
Yeah, Fort Knox. The gold, the mystery, we're going deep.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm excited.
It all started with this CBS News article you shared about Elon Musk maybe inspecting the gold,
Right.
like at Trump's request.
That's the really interesting part.
So we got to figure out why that even happened.
Well, and the thing is, there's this whole question of, is the gold even there?
Oh, right.
That's why inspections matter. But
Okay.
to really get it, we got to see Fort Knox as more than just a vault.
You mean it's not like just a big pile of gold bars?
Aha, exactly. It's been a military base since, like, World War I.
Seriously, I never knew that.
Yeah. First for artillery, then the armored force.
Wow.
And now it's all Army human resources and training, wild right.
So instead of tanks, it's all like paperwork and stuff.
Kinda. It shows how institutions change,
I guess so. Like the military's not just about fighting anymore.
Exactly. It's about logistics, strategy, a whole different world.
That's pretty deep, actually.
Right. But okay, let's get to the gold part.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
The CBS article quotes Trump saying he doesn't want the cupboards to be bare.
Ooh, that's a good quote.
What do you think about that?
It's dramatic, right? Like maybe he was trying to get attention,
Could be.
but also maybe he was genuinely worried about the gold.
It's tough to say, was it real concern or just like a political tactic?
Yeah, you got to consider his whole style.
This is where critical thinking is key.
Okay, so we can't just take what he said at face value.
Exactly. Got to look deeper.
Okay, that's fair. But before we get all conspiracy theory on this,
Right.
can we just talk about the gold itself?
Of course.
Like, how much is actually there?
Oh, a lot.
Okay, but like numbers.
It arrived back in 1937, and right now the U.S. Mint says there's 147.3 million ounces.
Hold on, million ounces. That's got to be tons.
It is over 4,000 tons of gold.
4,000. Okay, that's just wild.
Right, and it plays this huge role in the global financial system.
It does.
Yeah, it helps stabilize the dollar.
Wait, I've heard that but never really understood it.
So think of it like this.
Okay.
The U.S. dollar used to be backed by gold.
Like you could trade your dollars for actual gold.
Exactly. That's all gone now, but
Right.
countries still hold gold as part of their reserves.
Makes sense.
It's seen as a safe haven, especially when the economy's shaky.
Like a backup plan.
Kinda. So having a massive stash like Fort Knox keeps people confident in the U.S. dollars.
Okay, that makes way more sense now.
Good.
But with that much gold, the security's got to be insane, right?
You're telling me Fort Knox's security is legendary for a reason.
Like what, lasers and sharks and stuff?
Haha, not quite. But picture this. Granite walls, steel doors,
Okay, that's solid.
and they have this opening procedure. It's so complex.
Yeah.
No single person knows the whole thing.
Wow.
It's inspired so many movies, books. It's like the symbol of impenetrability.
So Fort Knox is almost more famous for being impossible to break into?
Right, than for actually holding the gold. It's interesting.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder, how often do they even check on it?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Ooh, okay, lay it on me.
So the Mint says they do regular audits, even taking little samples.
Okay, that's something.
But they haven't actually moved any gold in or out for years.
Wow, for real.
And like full inspections by outsiders, those are super rare.
Seriously, how rare are we talking?
Only 3 recorded times in history.
No way, 3 times. Since like forever?
Yep, you heard right. Roosevelt was the first after it all got deposited back in the 30s.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Then in 74, some journalists and Congress folks got in.
Why did they get special access?
There were rumors the gold was gone.
Juicy. So did they find it?
Well, the most recent time was 2017. Steve McNuchin got a tier.
The Treasury Secretary, right.
Yep, with some Kentucky folks.
So basically, like, a handful of people have seen all that gold in almost a century.
It's pretty wild, right?
No wonder there's so many conspiracy theories.
Exactly. The secrecy just fuels the speculation.
Totally. And we're talking about, what, like $42 an ounce?
Yep, book value, so the total is insane.
Okay, back to Elon Musk then.
Right.
Out of everyone they can send to peek in there, why him?
That's the million-dollar
It
question.
just seems so random.
It gets to the heart of transparency and trust.
Okay, I'm listening.
Why do inspections even matter?
Good question.
It's about reinforcing faith in the government, in the whole financial system.
So it's not just, is the gold there? It's like proving the system works.
Exactly. If people think it's rigged, that's bad news.
Like they lose faith in the whole economy, right?
Exactly.
Wow, I never thought about it like that.
It's deeper than it seems.
So even if the gold is there, why is being open about it so important?
Put yourself in people's shoes, imagine this super valuable thing,
Yeah,
and nobody knows what's going on with it. Wouldn't you be suspicious?
I probably would. Like, what are they hiding?
Right. It's about trust, accountability, the big picture.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do you make a system like that transparent?
That's the tough part.
You need security, but also got to be open. It's a balance.
For sure. Governments have struggled with this forever.
No kidding.
Maybe, just maybe, someone like Elon Musk with all his, you know,
His quirks?
haha, yeah, and his ability to grab attention.
Right, he's definitely good at that.
Maybe that could be a step in the right direction.
Ooh, interesting. You think his being involved is actually good?
It's a bold move.
Tell me more. Yeah, he's definitely a controversial guy.
For sure, but that's kind of the point.
Okay, how so?
He gets people talking, right?
No argument there.
And maybe that's what we need, like to shake things
I
up.
get more transparency.
Exactly. He's launched cars into space, talks about Mars.
Right, he's always doing something crazy.
And he's not afraid to, say what he thinks.
Even if it's totally out there.
So him checking out Fort Knox, maybe it's not so strange.
I see what you mean, like it brings a different kind of attention.
Right.
People who wouldn't care about gold suddenly are because it's Elon Musk.
Exactly. It sparks curiosity, makes people think about stuff they wouldn't normally.
And maybe, like other institutions, will feel pressure to be more open too.
That's the hope. Transparency is contagious, hopefully.
Okay, so let's say he does go in, sees the gold, everything's legit.
Okay, I'm following.
Does that really end the whole is the gold there debate?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah, like is seeing believing enough?
It brings us back to trust.
Hmm.
Some people, no matter what you show them, they won't budge.
Like even if there's video evidence, they're still skeptical.
It makes you wonder, will there always be doubters?
So even if Elon's live streaming from inside the vault, swimming in gold bars,
Haha, I love that image.
some people still won't believe it.
I'll always with you those who distrust authority, love conspiracies.
I guess that's just human nature, right?
Seems like it. But for the rest of us, the ones who are open to evidence,
Right, who try to think
it should
critically.
be a huge opportunity.
To do what exactly? See if Elon tweets a gold bar selfie.
Haha, maybe that too, but bigger picture.
Okay.
It's a chance to think about the systems we rely on.
You mean like the government, the economy?
Exactly. To demand more transparency, more accountability.
And to really build trust, especially in a world that feels kind of shaky right now.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So it's not just about the gold itself.
No, it's about something bigger.
It's about how we know what we know, how we trust what we're told.
Precisely. Now imagine for a second, you get to inspect Fort Knox.
Oh, wow.
What are you looking for? Is seeing the gold enough?
That's a good question. It really makes you think.
Would you be counting every bar, checking for fakes?
Or would I be more interested in the security, like how it all works?
Both are valid. Would you be trying to find weak spots?
Honestly, I think I'd be more into the system itself.
The layers of protection, the tech.
Yeah. Even if I didn't find some secret entrance, just seeing it.
It'd be like a backstage pass to one of the most secure places ever.
And you'd understand how seriously they take this, how complex it all is.
How it all ties back to trust, right?
Exactly. So even though we've gone deep on is the gold there,
We've really gone beyond that.
we've talked history, politics, even why people love conspiracies.
And don't forget that big takeaway. Transparency, accountability, trust.
They're important everywhere, not just Fort Knox.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this Fort Knox exploration,
It's been quite a journey.
we want to leave you with that question. What would your inspection look like?
What would convince you? That's a good one to think about.
It is. And on that note, we'll let you do your own deep dive into those thoughts.
I mean, it's like we've all seen those movies.
Oh, you mean the heist movies?
Yeah, where they break into Fort Knox. It's like a classic.
Totally. It's become this pop culture icon.
So even knowing how secure it really is,
Right.
there's still that part of you wondering, what if?
It's the allure of the unknown, right? Secrets, conspiracies, treasure.
Like we love a good mystery, even if logic says the gold's probably just sitting there.
Exactly. Part of us wants something more exciting.
So if we were those inspectors, like beyond counting the bars,
Okay, yeah.
what would be on our checklist?
Well, we definitely got to verify how much gold there is.
Right, and that it's the real deal, not fool's gold or something.
Exactly. Matching it to those official records, that's key.
We'd need some serious lab equipment.
Oh, absolutely. Got to be precise with something like that.
But you mentioned the security being fascinating, too.
Oh, yeah.
Would we be looking for weak points or just trying to see how it all works?
I think it's more about understanding the system itself.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, imagine seeing those layers of protection firsthand, the tech, the people involved.
It'd be like a masterclass in security.
Even if we don't find some secret back door, just the knowledge.
It's like getting a backstage pass to the most secure place on Earth.
Exactly, and it gives you this deeper understanding.
Of how much they value that gold, how complex it all is.
And how that connects back to the trust we put in the whole system.
It's all tied together, right? So wrapping up our Fort Knox deep dive here,
It's been quite a journey.
we've gone way beyond is the gold there.
We really have.
We looked at the base's history, the politics of these inspections.
And don't forget the psychology why we're drawn to these mysteries.
Oh, right, because it's not just about the gold, it's about something deeper.
Exactly. And a big takeaway for me is transparency, accountability, that trust factor.
That's crucial for anything that affects our lives, not just Fort Knox.
Couldn't agree more. So as we wrap this up,
Yeah, time to lock the vault, so to speak.
haha, I like that. We want to leave you with that question we posed earlier.
If you were inspecting Fort Knox, what would you be looking for?
What would convince you? Let that simmer in your mind.
And with that, we'll let you do your own deep dive into those thoughts.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep those minds curious.
And always remember, there's more to discover beneath the surface.